Jack Squad, YouTube family. What's going on? Might be too close. What's going on? Everybody. Okay. Got it. Excuse me, but I had needed some chocolate. And it's sugar free. And I had to have it right now. I had to have it right now. So, let me put my Cash App in here. Oh, wait a minute. Do that. How everybody doing? Come on in here. If not, I'm going to get on TikTok. Y'all know I love me some TikTok. And I got a dance I want to do. So, don't nobody come. I'm going to get on TikTok. That's what I'm going to do. And dance my little self away until my shows come on. All right, here we go. That's what I'm going to do. I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Don't nobody come on. I'm going to have to just do a video on it. I want to discuss it because it's a lot of emotional stuff I wanted to talk about. But, and I know it was my fault because I didn't put it up until 15 minutes ago. I forgot. So, I don't know. Nobody comes. I want to get on TikTok. And I know it's my fault because I forgot to put it up. Hey, L. There you somebody go. Hey, L. I forgot to put it up. I put it in my community and I forgot to put it on. There's so much. Listen, when you got a channel, you really need some help, right? And I forget sometime. And I just thought about it because I thought I did it. I did it for yesterday. I didn't do it for today. And I just put it up about 15 minutes ago. So I don't know. People probably didn't get notified. They probably didn't get notified. But anyway. Hey, L, what's going on? Happy New Year to you. What you do? What you do for the New Year? What you do for the New Year? Did you go anywhere? Did you do anything? I ain't go nowhere. Cause my car was down. Hey, Fashion Fabulous Jury. Hey, Nick. Hey, y'all. Come on in. Y'all just give me so much love when y'all do that. Hey, y'all. Listen, let me tell you something. I done had the darndest of time, right? So much going on. Y'all know I'm fixing my car, so I ordered my part today. And as I'm talking to, okay, okay, Al, I won't. As I'm talking to my mechanic, I went on this site. My son told me to go to order the part. He don't tell me that. He didn't tell me before, but when I asked him, I said, well, I need it. It says here, when I ordered the part, it says what else you're going to need with the part, right? So it said I would need the timing belt. Dude didn't even tell me that. So when I called him, he's like, oh, yeah, you need that in the kit. Okay, so that was, hey, friend. That was a friend. Listen, friend, I know I always say I'm going to call you after, but for real, I need you to call me if I forget because I got a whole bunch on my head. I had to order that today. That was quite a few hundreds, right? Child, listen. And I just keep going and going and going, right? I got a close girlfriend, like a sister to me. Hey, Lisa Marie. And she's ill. And so I know y'all is good people. That's why I'm saying it now before other folks see it or whatever. But I'm asking y'all to pray for my friend's health and strength. Because it's sort of kind of, it is, I ain't going to even tell no lie. It's affecting me, right? And I had a conversation with her today. And when I'm done with you all, I'm going to call her before I do anything else. It's affecting me. And she's ill and it's affecting me. So y'all pray for Jackie's friend for a healing for her, okay? But anyway, there's so much going on. My car, my friend, me, right? I got to keep me together. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all, I love TikTok. I know y'all tired of me talking about TikTok, but I do love TikTok. And besides what I'm going to do, you know, I got to watch Love and Hip Hop. Got to watch Love and Hip Hop reunion, right? At 8 o'clock. But I got to do TikTok too. Thank you so much, Elle. I got to do TikTok too. Like it's a dance. I want to, you know, it's some music. Like I love TikTok and I love music, so whatever. It's something to do, right? Um, thank you, guys. So listen, y'all. I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, y'all know that it was the third episode. And Jeanette, I know Jeanette don't watch TV. She don't know. For y'all that do watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, thank you, Lisa. It was the third episode of the reunion, right? Now, it was very emotional on different levels. What I realized is that I kind of been knew it anyway. Marcel is really a man's man, and so the conversation got deep, right? Let me just start from the beginning because I can go all over the place, right? Now, Mel, I don't care what nobody say. I don't like her. Now, Funky Dineva got in trouble with the peoples because he called her out her name. I ain't gonna call her out her name, but I don't like her. Y'all always told y'all I don't like her because I can see who she really is, right? She's a great businesswoman. She's a beautiful woman. Good for her. All of that. But she doesn't know how to be a friend, and that's very important to me, right? And anytime they talk about Tisha and Marceau marriage and him cheating and do Tisha believe it, and they just want Tisha to believe this. Listen, Tisha know her husband. If he cheating, she know it. She don't want to tell y'all that she know it, right? But every time they talk about it, Mel has a smirk on her face, like a sly little grin. Like, it's weird, y'all. Like nobody, I wouldn't, even if it was my enemy, I wouldn't be happy and I wouldn't revel in the demise of someone's marriage. I wouldn't do that, right? Even if I don't like you. I wouldn't be happy that you're getting a divorce, but Mel does it all the time. And that is why other bloggers have called her out on it, because they see it like I see it, right? Now, like I said, I'm not going to call her out her name, but I know, a lot of time people always say hurt people, right? I don't get, like, if we're friends, right? If we're all friends, you all are my friends, and you lose your husband or something happened with your marriage or your boyfriend or your whatever, right? Your sneaky link, right? No, let's say it's me. Let me reverse it. Something happened to mine, right? I ain't gonna wish the same for you because I know how it feels. So that lets me know that she was never friends with them. She was pretending because that's what they were, Martell's friends. She was pretending. She didn't like them ladies. She didn't like them people. And she so much as said it, right? She was just in business with them and she didn't really want to be, I don't think, right? Now, Kimmy, it starts out, Kimmy checks Destiny about not being open, right? And it always baffles me when people get on a reality show and then try to inch out what they want you to know. It's reality. It's reality. It's reality, right? You're on a reality show. So people want to see your reality. People want to be able to relate to you. You know, that's why, like, I'm an open book anyway, but that's why I get on here and tell stuff, and some stuff I might not should be telling. But this is who I am. I'm telling what's happening, what's going on with me. I don't really have nothing to hide like that, right? Everyday life, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad. And some people like to be their persona to be perfect. That ain't how life go. You know, and I think in Melody, I understand her a little bit. You know, she was the pretty girl with the handsome football dude. They was in college. They finished college, which she helped him do. She passed his test for him. Then they had the 4 beautiful children. It was a fairy tale. Everybody wants a fairy tale. I wanted it, but it didn't happen. And so she's what's the word? She's bitter. She's bitter. She's bitter. I hate to use that word for women, but that's what she is, bitter, right? So Kimmy checked Destiny about not being open. So Carlos said, well, next season, if you kind of said if you come back, right? Will we see this new boyfriend? And she said yes. Now, I've seen him on Instagram. He's a nice looking dude, right? They make a cute little couple. So I hope that she does show him, you know. But I think that because of her husband, and her husband had her guarded, because see, the husband never wanted to be on there anyway. Then he quickly didn't want to be married to her. So I think she was just guarded from that, right? And then she said, like I said, she said next season her guy will be involved. Now, when she said that, Kimmy made a face, but I think that Kimmy's sick and she just over some of this stuff, right? Hey, Nola. Hey, Nola, what's going on, sis? I think that, Nola, I was looking for the email. I need you to email me because I got some questions for you. Um, I think that she's more focusing on herself as opposed to the show, right? And I think she's on the show because she said it'll help somebody, and I get that because like I told you, my friend is sick, and I had a long conversation with her this morning, and I told her just focus on you. I would quit my job and all of that. I don't been studying about nobody but me. I ain't gonna get in my car. I ain't gonna worry about what I'm putting on. I'm not gonna get in my car and be stressed getting to work on the highway because the highway she got to get on, they drive really, really fast. Hey, Sheila, I'm not doing that. Let me tell y'all, I probably said it before, and I probably say it again. Down here, they don't know how to drive, right? Also, there are no, hey, Delightful, hey, there are no street lights on the highway. That is just ridiculous. When I tell my friends from up north, they like, what? There's no streets. But people down here are used to driving in the dark. I can't drive in the dark, right? Okay, Nola, I can't drive in the dark. You know what I'm saying? I need lights. That's what I'm used to. I'm up north. We got lights. So in the morning, when I go to work, I leave very early and it's dark outside. The first day I tried to, my hours changed. So I work 10 hours, 4 days a week. So my hours changed, so I get up earlier. And I tried to drive that freeway, right? And I was so tense and so almost had a nervous breakdown because everybody driving fast and they can't drive and it's dark. Like, that don't make any sense to me. So I did it again the next day. And I said, I ain't doing this no more. I almost had a nervous breakdown both days. So what I do now, I go through the city. It takes me 50 minutes, but I listen to my audiobook. I pray, listen to my audiobook. I have a good time on my way to work with me. When I get there, I'm at peace, right? Instead of frazzled and frittered all up and scared and nervous and making my blood pressure go, I ain't doing all that. At this stage of my life, I'm not I'm not receiving no stress. I'm just not. I ain't. I'm just not, right? So anyway, like I got so worked up about that, I forgot what I was talking about. But I think Kimmy is over a whole bunch of stuff, and she so much has said that, right? And when you get stricken, is that the right word? If something happens to you, you begin to see what's important in life, right? And that little petty mess is not important, right? So they showed clips of Mel and Destiny, and what I realized when I watch it, now Destiny wants the friendship with Mel. When asked by Carlos, do she still want it? She said, no, absolutely not. But she only said that because Mel said that. When she looks at her, when she talks about her, we all have good girlfriends. I got good girlfriend on here now. You miss that. If it goes away, you miss that. You know what I'm saying? And you miss that. I was going to reveal something, but I ain't going to say it right now. But you missed that, right? And I try not to lose friendships with folks, and I had lost a friendship with a friend, but it came back, and I realized I loved her. I hadn't even thought about it for those years, but once we started talking, it was just like we never stopped talking. I realized I loved her, so I take friendships very, is important to me, and I can see it in Destiny as she's talking. She misses her, and she said, we rode together, we rode together, and Mel was just sitting there like, I don't care. I think that Mel, and Martell said that. He said she doesn't, if you can't do anything for her, she don't want to fool with you. That's what he said. He was a husband, right? And he told, later on in the episode, he told Stormy, if I were you, I would run, okay, from Mel, right? But when I'm sitting there watching Mel and her facial expressions, and she wants to be so unattached, I don't understand why you still on the show if you want to act ugly. I don't get that part. Like, if you despise these people so much and you don't want to be friends, because he asked her, would you want to be friends? No, she don't want to be friends with nobody on the show. Why would you be on the show? You gonna frustrate yourself to get the bag. I understand the bag is important, but I don't want to be around a whole group of people. Might be around one person. Yeah, it's money. It is the money, but the money should make you lighten up. Okay, I get it. You don't like them. You ain't, you're going to film with them and that's that. Her posture is ugly. Her posture is standoffish. You know what I'm saying? Her posture. And I watched her. She sat on the edge of the chair, like this, and she was blocked off, right? I'm like, that's got to be hard to do. I don't want to sit around a whole bunch of folks I don't like. I don't. But I know it's for the bag. But listen, I don't want to do that. And then Destiny also says, ain't it though, friend? Ain't it though? And I've said this before. I don't know if anybody heard me, but I didn't understand peace until I left my house in Cleveland and moved to Charlotte. And I was in there by myself. That's when I understood peace. She was only because misery. Yeah, yeah. Because she's clearly miserable. Like clearly, she's as beautiful as she could be, but you clearly is miserable in down up in here, right? And I think, I've always thought, like, I get it, you're doing it for the money, but I would have, her and Carlos are cool. Can't nobody tell me that her and Carlos ain't cool. I would have stepped away for a season to get myself together. Let everybody else film. Don't take nobody else bag from them. Or show me in a cameo. Don't show me that much. I wouldn't have did all that stuff. She needed to heal from Martell. And then you cannot heal and that person still in your face. I don't care if it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You cannot heal. You cannot heal and that person still in your face. You can't. You just can't. And that's because that's holding the bitterness, right? You got to get over it. And then you can come back. Be like, hey, but you can't, you didn't ever got over it. I don't think she ever got over it. And as I was watching it, and Carlos was an emotional guy, he's emotional, right? He asked, Martell was sitting there and you could see the hurt and the tears, almost tears. You could see it on his face, right? And he sat there and covered up his face a little bit. And he sat there still, because I think if he moved, a tear was going to fall down, right? It was very emotional to see. It wasn't hard to look at. It just showed that he was a human, right? And he never said, I miss my wife, but I know that's what he wanted to say. He said, I miss my family. He said, those are one of the things I miss, because they always took trips together. They did everything as a family. He just had to go off to the side, right? And I said, now a lot of men need to be looking at this, because they don't never miss you until you're gone. Until just recently, I'm saying recent, a couple of months. My ex, and we've been broken 5 years, he still was calling me. He still was calling me. And still trying to, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Martell said, Mel never forgives. And unless she wants something. Now, I put in here in parentheses Funky Daniba's comments and the reaction from the people. So the Mel's people, they got a name. I think they call millimeters or something, right? They're upset because Funky Daniba, but if y'all watch Funky Daniba, he called it right. He called it right. He may have been out of line calling out a name. I don't remember him calling out. I seen that video. I don't remember him calling. He may have did. I don't remember. But he called it right. He called it right. Everything he said was correct, in my opinion, right? We all got opinions, though. But she is miserable, like y'all said. She's miserable, right? And she wants Tisha. Listen, Tisha's a beautiful girl, too, right? She's a pretty chocolate girl. And Tisha knows, if there's something going on, Tisha knows. But they have a bond, and they got money tied up. Tisha's in charge of the money and the businesses. Her name is she's 50% or 60%. She got a little percentage more than Marcel, and he set it up like that. The keeper, that's he set it up like that. It'd be too hard for him to break up, and it'd be too hard, right? And I think that if he is messing with, or was messing with somebody, which I believe it, because Martell said last week, he said, I know. He said something, he referred to something. He said, I know stuff, and I would never say it. That let you know right there, something's going on somewhere at some point, right? But he said he's gonna hold it with him, right? But Tisha knows. What I don't like is that they want to Tisha. I've said this time and time again. Unless Tisha see the actual penis in the vagina, they could be in the same room. They could be laying in the same bed. If she don't see the actual act, she ain't nothing. And even if she do, she's not gonna leave that man. She's not gonna leave that man because she's gonna get nobody satisfaction of having him. She's gonna endure whatever she needs to endure as long as her kids are little. That's what I'm saying. And they making money. They making money. You know what I'm saying? They got a bar. Marceau the man, wherever they at in Huntsville. So she's not gonna leave him. But she did a very beautiful photo shoot. And the comments, the people in this is what I don't understand. And I hate to think that it's colorism. I do, really do. Because Mel do photo shoots and but anyway, they were saying why Tisha doing that. She's doing it because she can. Because she want to. Why not? Right? Like if I had money, I would, and if I had money, and I had a makeup artist, and I had a photographer, I would do a photo shoot. And I had a stylist, I would do a photo shoot, right? Why not? What's wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with that, right? But they were in the comments, they were giving her hell about her doing a photo shoot and looking pretty, right? Like, why you doing that now? You trying? Some people were saying she was trying too hard. Like, she's a woman. We all women want to be pretty. All women want to look good. They should. If they don't, they should, right? So I feel bad for Tisha, but on the other hand, I believe Tisha know what she's doing. She may appear dumb and slow to us, but I don't think so. She done been to school. She might not have a lot of common sense, but she got a mama to help her along the way. But she got 2 or 3 degrees. She know what she's doing. Carlos then talked about the custody battle between Martell and Mel. Now, this is where the control comes. He said, well, she done had 20. He counted them. He always says this. She done had 24 babysitters. Child, if they count all the babysitters I had when my kids was growing up, you might have to go over here, over there, over here, and over there, right? She's doing what she got to do. She's doing what she has to do. He said he don't want any men watching his kids, so he don't want the brother. So they asked him, do you not want the brother to watch him because he gay? He said no. But he said she just met him 2 years ago. Whatever he said, it's just part of control, right? He said she can let me have him. So Mel says the time her brother watched them, the brother came to the house, which is always convenient when the babysitter can come to the house. Anybody got kids, y'all know if they can come to the house, that's A-okay, right? He said, well, she should have brought them to me. And she don't have time and they ain't got to go to babysitters, they could be with me. You need to be working and hustling just like her, right? He sort of kind of took accountability for what happened. He did, in a way, he did. For it was his mess up, his mess up, right? But he still wants to hurt Mel. Because I think a lot of guys, when they cheat, they want you to accept the cheating and forgive them and move on. But we don't know how many times she's accepted it. You don't know how long. If he was messing with that girl 5 years, Mel knew. She knew maybe in year 1, right? You don't know how long she's endured that foolishness, right? So at some point, people get tired. Right? And I don't blame her for being tired. But what I blame her for is now you want to ruin Tisha. And then she only picking with Tisha because she thinks Tisha is soft. So she messed with Tisha. See, Tisha and her mama don't know how to articulate what they want to articulate to Mel, so they clown out. Kimmy, on the other hand, can match words with her and wits, right? So she don't fool with Kimmy. I believe they started talking about Maurice, and I think about the trip and who was cheating and something. And Maurice took a very firm stance on watch your mouth. And, he's a lawyer. Watch your mouth because we don't want no lawsuits or something to that effect, right? I think that when they was all boying around and hanging out prior to him marrying Kimmy, of course he might have been going with Kimmy, but he wasn't married to her. So they might have been doing some stuff. They might have been flirting. I don't think flirting, y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't think flirting is wrong if it's innocent flirting. Now, if you grabbing her booty and trying to get a number, that's something different. But if you just flirting, hey, you look good, girl, or something, I don't think that's wrong. If it's not in your wife, if your wife's sitting there, that's wrong. But if you out hanging out and you with your friends and you flirt, I don't think that's wrong. I think that's just innocent flirting. I think. What y'all think about that? I just think it's innocent flirting. No, I wouldn't want my man doing it. But if he just talking, he ain't going nowhere. Flirting is wrong. Okay, I figured y'all would say that. I think it is. But I think, just if you just be honest, like if you go out and you with your girls, you got a dude at home you love, right? You might say something flirty to a dude. If it depends on the crowd. I think, I think, even though it's wrong, you're right, it is wrong, but I think it happens. It's human. I think that it happens though, right? And I think it happens with no intentions of it going any further. Let me say that. It happens with no intentions of it going any further. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think, right? That's what happens, right? But anyway, Carlos asked him, and Carlos broke down and started crying when he said, he loved them together and he wished they could make it, because they did change the whole atmosphere of the show, because the show turned into ratchetness instead of about power couples, right? Young black power couples doing big things. It turned the corner. The show turned a corner that they didn't want to be on, right? Like I said, I would like to see, to make it right with me, I would like to see flirting can be harmless. It's the intent to take. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say, Fashion. I would like to see Mel and her dude. I would love to see that. Mel and her dude on the show, and Martell and Sheree. That's who we're going to be dating. Now, I saw some, I don't know how true it is. People be saying all kind of stuff. That Sheree is mad with him after the reunion. And I don't know why she would be, because the man had a wife. He had to talk about some stuff. And maybe she's mad because you could see, because I probably would be a little hurt too. That's a question. Let me ask y'all this. So if you're dating a guy and he seems to be still in love with his ex, how would you feel? Because that could be why she's mad, because he was sitting there crying, but I think, or about to cry. He looked emotional and he was holding it in. And they went to give him some tissue. And he was like, no, go on, y'all. I don't need that. Like, Carlos was like, you trying so hard to be a man, trying to be tough. You don't have to be tough, right? He did that, I remember, when he cried at a tear drop when him and Mel was in the office last season before, and she went to give him a tissue. And he was like, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. But, listen, I just told my friend today, cry. If crying makes you feel better, cry. That's cleansing the soul. If crying makes you feel better, cry. Ain't nothing wrong with crying. I don't care if it's publicly or privately, and there's nothing wrong with crying. She's mad supposedly because Destiny tagged her in an Insta. I saw that, but I didn't understand it. I don't know how true that is. I saw that on social media, but I didn't understand it. I didn't get that. I didn't get that. If he's still in love with the ex, I need to get my heels to click it. I know that's right. If he is still in love with Girly, then he needs to resolve that. Yeah, but he can't. There's no resolution to that. She's going on about her business. He need to do the same thing. And I think what he missed besides her is the ideology of the family. He is a family man. He's a dad. He missed his kids waking him up in the morning. He missed that. You know what I'm saying? He gets it periodically, but he misses that, right? And he don't know how to. He said, but kind of say it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, Mel was crying too when they were talking about it. That's the thing. They've been together for some years, 15 years or 14, 13, however long. Got 4 kids. They had a family. They had a business. Like, you ruined that, bruh. You ruined that for somebody that wasn't even worth it. That's what, it's a lady I follow. Her name is the spiritual, what is she called? She talks about narcissistic men, and I listen to her a lot because, like I said, I was with a narcissist, didn't even know it. And everything she says is right on point to the person that I was with, right? The spiritual, something, what is her name on TikTok? I don't know, I'll tell y'all her name, but she is I guess she's a therapist. She's a therapist in real life or something. She got a TikTok. And she gives these very valid bullet points about relationships and men, what to do, what not to do. She's very valid in what she said. Let me find her name. Spiritual, what is her name on TikTok? And she's be right on point, She's right on point. And we as women, we have to, we get with somebody, we don't want to change up. We want to work it out with this person. But we end up wasting years and years and years of our life. And that's the hurtful part. And I think when they're all on there crying, that it's crying because of what could have been. Because I know I haven't done it lately, but from time to time I would cry or almost cry or feel sad about me and my ex. And it wasn't because I love him and I want him back. I was crying because of what could have been, right? What could have been. And then all those years, like I wasted 10 plus years, right? So, the good years, you know what I'm saying? So that's hurtful. That's hurtful. You know? I think Sheree just doesn't want to be dragged into the mess. She thinks Real House of Atlanta is above that. Did she think that? You got to cry with grown men. You got to cry. Even grown men. Yeah, that's right. You got to cry. So do you think that they just say on the same? Well, actually, to me, now I love Real Housewives of Atlanta. I liked it more the earlier years. I want them to get rid of Kenya, but Love and Marriage Huntsville was above to me because they were about black power couples. They turned it into something else, but initially it was about black power couples. So if you're going on the scale of what's above, you know, Real Housewives of Atlanta on the bottom almost. We got Married to Medicine. You know, we liked them because we liked the characters, but Portia's gone, Phaedra's gone, Nene's gone. Who else is on there that I like that's gone? The people gone, right? Cynthia gone. Even though Cynthia didn't bring drama, I still liked her on there. She didn't bring drama, but I liked her on there. I liked her especially when her and Nene was friends, and I liked it when her, Nene, and Marlo were friends. You know what I'm saying? In her mind, it is. Yeah. What is Married to Medicine? You don't watch Married to Medicine? Oh my God! Oh, we're gonna have to have a meeting. We're gonna have to take a meeting, L. Married to Medicine comes on Bravo. It's about another power show about black doctors and their wives or husbands. Because we got two, Dr. Jackie and Simone are doctors. They got husbands. Now their husbands aren't doctors, but then we got Heavenly. She's a dentist and her husband is a doctor. And then you got Toya, her husband is a doctor. Toya is just a basic not basic, I shouldn't say basic, but she's just a normal housewife. And then we got the other two doctors, Scott and Contessa. They're both doctors and they have their own practice, right? So that's a power show, and they get getting little tips from time to time. They got a tip first season, but Jackie has her own office. I think Simone has her own office too, but their husbands aren't doctors. But Scott and Contessa, they're both doctors and they have a practice together, right? Oh, you haven't watched this Mariah Left? Well, it's good. I want Mariah. See, what I don't understand is this bothers me. So the people that formed all these people, like Mariah put all them people together and then they got rid of her for whatever reason. I still don't understand why they got rid of her. I like Mariah and I really liked her husband. I liked her husband, right? Now, I just was watching Real Housewives of Potomac and found out that Charisse, who they had put off the show for some seasons, now she's back as a friend. She put the group together. Nene did the same thing on Atlanta. See, I don't like that. Yeah, I do too. I don't like that. I don't want to say what I want to say, but I don't like how somebody bring you something. These girls form these ladies. Y'all said, hey, we got a show, and they put the ladies together and they put you off the show. That seems wrong to me. They asked Nene put them people together on Atlanta. Now, she did get ahead of herself and turned into somebody. She turned into somebody a little ugly. But, she messed up when I think she cussed Andy and some more folks out. I think she messed up. She can't never come back, right? But Mariah, I like Mariah. And what was it? Mariah got into it with Quad? I still can't understand why they put Mariah off the show. I don't understand that. You still got Heavenly on there. Heavenly need to go because Heavenly is ugly acting. She's ugly acting, even though her husband balances it out. But Heavenly is ugly acting, right? And the same for let me see, not Mariah. Who else I was talking about? Charisse. Now, Charisse started the show, but then her husband, they got a divorce. Yeah, Heavenly needs to go because somebody going to hurt her. And Contessa almost hurt her last season. Like, Heavenly needs to go because she hits below the belt. She's like Mel, but Mel don't really say too much. It's just her body language. But Mariah, Heavenly hits below the belt. She says hurtful things. Like, if my girlfriend could call me right now and talk about her man, and we going to talk about it, she going to cry, whatever going to happen, I would never, ever tell her business on my YouTube channel. If I do say something, I ain't saying no names and I ain't saying too much, right? I would never, ever, ever do that. And I would never hold that against my friend the next year. So what? He did this. So what, he did that. Okay, now they done said they working on it. He going to counseling. Because Scott been to counseling. He going to counseling. They going to counseling together. He going individually. He trying to work on it. Let that go. That's last season. Let that go. Let that go. You know, and Heavenly likes to think that she has the best husband in the world. And maybe she do have one of the best men. But wouldn't it be something if Daddy was doing something? Wouldn't that be something, y'all? She would kill everybody. Wouldn't that be something? Because she swear he's the perfect, he ain't did nothing. And she likes to weaponize. She likes to use her husband to weaponize against the other ladies. You know, like they husband ain't this and they husband ain't that. That's why I don't like her. You know, she used to do the, she used to do the your mama stuff. They finally stopped her from doing that. But Heavenly is another one that don't really have friends. She didn't have any friends, I'm going to say this, until she latched on to Dr. Jackie because that was Simone's girl. And she broke that friendship up for a while, and then they got back together, right? She's one of them kind of people, like Mel, Heavenly is. I don't like evil people. I don't like evil people, right? I don't like evil people because you're evil for no reason. If you don't like, I don't care. Like, I got a lot of friends. I don't care who friends with who. And if I don't like if a friend of a friend I don't like, I ain't got to be bothered with them. We can all be in the same room. Ain't gonna phase me none, right? And that's what's wrong. People need to get along, learn how to get along. That's what they need to do, learn how to get along. But the show, so then finally, Lou and Tiffany come out. Now, Tiffany looked beautiful. She usually look, now Tiffany is a young woman. I think she's 34, 35. She be looking, to me, sometimes she looks like she's about 52, right? The way she dressed, the way she, but she's a young woman, but she don't look like it all the time. But they had her did up. They had her did up, right? They looked good together. They was matching. Lou is a handsome man. He's a handsome big man, right? And they were talking about the therapist. They still mad at the therapist. They've been mad ever since they went to see the therapist. But the therapist told them right. See, a lot of times, these people in these perfect marriages don't want nobody to tell them nothing. And they can't see what the outside world can see, right? And they were so busy trying to tell everybody about how to do their marriage that theirs was about to fall apart because she wasn't having sex with them. Anytime you in a relationship and y'all ain't having sex, I don't care if you 85. You better put your finger around it. You better do something. And y'all ain't doing nothing. That's a problem. That is a problem. If y'all not having sex, that is a problem. And you need to get to the root of it and figure out why. Because other than that, you just a glorified roommate. That's what you is. If ain't nothing, ain't no romance or nothing like that, you just a glorified roommate. So, you need to see about that. But she's pregnant. I had seen that on IG some months ago, but she's at the time when they filmed it, she was 4 or 5. She was 4 months or 5 months or something. She might be about due now. And then they talked about as Kimmy, they talked about her being courageous, and she said that she was going to quit the show, but she thought that she could help somebody, right? And so she did not. But she has a strong support system. Her husband is loving, her mom and her son, her relatives, her girlfriend. She's got a strong support system, right? But there were several moments of watching this reunion, especially the third episode, of emotions, right? Emotions. And I forgot to tell you this. Marceau said, do you ever hold yourself accountable? Because, Mel was sitting there like perched. She was perched, right? And, perched and braced. And he said, do you ever take accountability for anything you've ever done? And she said she ain't did nothing, right? And then she started trying to overtalk him, and she said, well, I'm not talking to you. And I'm talking to Carlos. And he said, Carlos asked her, did she take accountability, right? She didn't want to answer that and so on and so forth. I just think that I don't like her. I didn't like her from first season. I don't know how many seasons we in now, 3, 4. I didn't like her because I saw right through her, because I saw the moment that, this is the reason why Tisha can't get over her, because I felt it. So I know Tisha felt it. The moment they were sitting at that table and she said, how you know that he ain't cheating, or something, she insinuated that her husband was cheating. If this is your friend, that ain't what you do. I've had friends, I know they dudes was cheating. Hell, I knew my sister's man was cheating. I ain't said nothing to this day, right? Man dead and gone. You don't say that to people that you care about. You don't try to hurt them. You just don't, right? And from that point on, I didn't care for her. I didn't care for her. And I thought at that time their relationship was closer. But the way Mel talked, they were never cool. She just was tolerating them. That's how she sound. Like she was tolerating Tisha, she was tolerating Kimmy. You know. Uh, I just don't care for Mel, right? I don't care for Mel. And then, she got her divorce. Martell cheating on her, might have kicked her down a few pegs, and she, I don't know. Hey, Tara, I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, Tara, what's going on? We talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, the reunion, and how emotional it was, and that Martell was almost tearful. And he sat real still, and he held his hand over his face like this, like he was thinking, and he didn't move. And I said, if he moved this way or that way, a tear is going to drop. So he was real still. And Carlos started crying. Because I could feel the moment, right? And he started crying, because he was like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. So evidently, because Carlos put it out there, he said, y'all text me and call me about everything. Right? Him and Mel, they started the show. They brought the people together. And see, this is what I don't understand about, well, I guess they had to because they were power couples. But Stormy said she didn't understand. Now, Stormy took it down a few notches. I don't care what nobody say. Mel had put a battery in Stormy back. That's why when they had the pajama night or whatever it was called, she was so want to go rah-rah with Destiny. Now, she changed her tone. But I think she probably thought about it. Her and her husband probably talked about it because her husband seems like he have good sense, right? And she changed her tone a little bit, and her and Destiny made up. But I don't think that Stormy, because see, if you remember, last season or season before, Mel used Stormy's estate for a video. See, she needed Stormy. So I guess, and Stormy had a little brief appearance on there, not last season, season before. She got on there last season, but the season before that, Mel used her land to do her video on, right? So I'm beginning to believe, like Martell says, if she doesn't need you, she don't. And some people are cool like that. They don't want friends. I don't know how they make it in life. They don't want, but that's a miserable existence. Just like you said, misery loves company. That's a miserable existence. Everybody need friends. Everybody need friends. That's a miserable existence. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a very emotional show. It was a good show. They're coming back next season, hopefully. I don't think we need to have Lou. I like looking at Lou. I like big men like that. Dark big men with the beard. Oh, my God. But I don't think we need Lou and Tiffany on there. And if Destiny ain't going to bring her dude and let us see all the shenanigans, we don't need to have her. And I like Destiny, don't get me wrong, but we don't need her on there. I need to see Mel's dude that she got. Now, she put him on social media and put a clown face. Like, who is he? Show him. What's the big deal, right? Because Martell gonna show whoever he with. He's definitely gonna show. If it ain't Sheree, whoever the next person be, you gonna see her, right? So showing. I think that, and Destiny alluded to the fact that Mel has had some people. You think Martell was lose his mind? I was just thinking that Mel would lose her mind because that's when she got angry and wouldn't let him in after it was revealed that he and Sheree. You know what I'm saying? Because Mel thinks she's accused, but Sheree is a very beautiful woman and she older and she holds it and carries it well and she bought her business too, right? So I think that's why she was upset and like it's outside today and wouldn't let him in. You know what I'm saying? I think they both would lose their mind. That's why I said they need to step back, and take a break. Because the show can go on without them two. Show can go on. You got Stormy and her husband. Destiny may have a dude, bring him on. You can let Lou and them be on there. The show can go on without Mel and Martell. And I think Mel might think the show can't go on without her, but it can. It can go on without her. Because actually my favorite couple is My favorite couple is, it used to be Kimmy and Maurice, but I think it's Tisha and Marceau now, because Marceau, I like, he's a funny dude, right? So the show could go on without Mel and Martell. It really could go on without them. All they need is another couple, another situation, and give them something to do. Let's see what they're doing, right? Yeah. You say Martell would lose his mind, huh? I think Mel would too, because it's the fact of you seeing it. Like you're seeing it. But she's the one that said, well, next time we go on the trip, when they go to Florida, you can bring your, hopefully you can bring your person, I can bring mine. I think that would be awkward. I think years would have to go by. Let's see, for me, like any of my exes, I can go around them and have a party. I wouldn't care. But I think that would be, let me tell y'all a funny story. So my ex and my daughter's father had the same name. And my daughter's father, I've been knowing since I was a little girl, since I'm about 11 years old, right? And he would just pop over. He's just that kind of dude. I didn't like him. He just come over, right? Because he might keep my oldest son. He raised my oldest son. That's my daughter's father, right? So he would pop over sometime. My ex hated that, right? And my ex would run down the steps. If he would blow the horn or whatever, waiting on my son or whatever, he would run on the porch, And I didn't know for a while that they didn't like each other. My daughter told me that. I didn't, because I thought they was cool. Hey man, what's up, right? Until I was made aware of it and started watching it, right? And they would be in a private battle, right? It was so funny to watch, right? And I ain't been with her dad in 35 years, long time, right? But I knew him all my life just about. But I found out that they didn't like each other. I never knew that. I never paid no attention. I wasn't liking neither one of them. I never paid it any attention, right? But it can be awkward. But I think it's only awkward. This is my thought. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think it's only awkward when you still want that person. You don't want them. You don't care who they come with. You don't care who they come with. Come on, hey girl, what's happening? You don't care. Like my daughter's father, I'm telling you about. His other daughter's mother, we're cool, super cool. We family, right? We hang out together, especially when I was drinking. We would hang out, me, her, the other daughter. We hung out. They're my people. Still to this day. Them is my people. And I always call her wife-in-law. That's my wife-in-law. And I don't care about that dude, and she don't either. You know what I'm saying? But now, the other women he's had after that, they don't care for me. They don't care for my daughter. But I ain't studying it. If you don't care for them, if you're not interested in them, they can be with anybody. It don't make no difference. It really don't make a difference to me because we could be cool. I'm that kind of person. Hey, what's happening? That's all. We all grown folks. We don't need no problems, right? Just hey, what's going on? Hey, because I live in a fairy tale fantasy world, right? So in my mind, why can't we just be cool? If I don't like you no more, now if I like you, if I'm still hurting about you, you can't bring Beverly up to the shindig. No, hell no. We about to fight. I'm about to beat her, right? But if I don't care nothing about you, no, bring them on. Bring all your girlfriends. I wouldn't care. But I do think men, like you say, they be a little different about that. Yeah, I do think that now that I'm thinking about it. Men be a little different about it. But I would not care, y'all. I would not care. I would like to see it though, because so if they was to bring both of their partners, whether they gonna be with them for life or whatever, that would bring the show back to what it was. They can turn the corner again, because that way they everybody cool. That's how I am too, Tyra. So if they was to bring their potential partners on there, and they ain't got to be sitting down at dinner with them, but just show them. You know what I mean? And show them doing their activities together. Then they would turn the corner and they'd be back to where they was. Right? But until they get to a good healing place, they're going to always argue. They can be cool for a minute. That's because they still care. They still got that hurt right there. They got to get that hurt out of there. Right? And once you stop hurting, you don't care who he with. You shouldn't. Men have egos, but... And I guess they're thinking about what he used to do to her. I don't know what kind of goofy stuff. But I would not care. I really would not care. No, I wouldn't care. No, not at all. Not at all. But let me tell y'all something. I'm uploading a video, right? I was fixing it, just before I got on here, right? Do y'all remember uh, Superhead, Corinne Stephens? Now, she's legally changed her name to Elizabeth. Where she get Elizabeth from, I don't know. Well, anyway, she's been dating she's 44. She's been dating this young boy, 30 years old, right? And he don't want to be bothered with her no more. And she done lost her mind. So y'all are going to start seeing that in the YouTube streets, right? And on the internet, because she done lost her mind. And she's been going live talking about him. She showed the pregnancy test. Now, she's doing all kind of goofy stuff, right? But we all know that she's very cunning. Now, she's been living in L.A. And you done went through all the dudes there. The dude she with now is a chef, Chef Kwame, right? He's a very famous chef in New York. And he just opened up a restaurant. And I think he's on the Forbes list too, right? And he just opened a restaurant a few months ago in New York. Child, I go on the Instagram today. She says she moving to New York. Now, he hasn't talked to her. He won't talk to her. So he's already given her a cease and desist, right? Lawyers own it. She wants to talk, and she keeps saying, just give me a block of time so we can have a conversation. He don't want you, sis. He don't want you. I don't understand why he don't want you. She's saying she's pregnant. Now, what you look like 44, 45 pregnant by a boy, 30. Right? And when you look at him, he look young in the face, right? Yeah, pregnant. Now, that's the oldest trick in the book to get him coming back. He don't want to talk to you. And see, he young, he 30, so he probably don't even really know how to maneuver with her. First of all, she's a cunning street broad, right? He don't know how to move with her. He gonna have to get his mama, his auntie, that been to the penitentiary, or, the auntie, the grandma. He'll have to get somebody to get her up off of him. Well, like I said, now she's moving. She announced either today or yesterday. I saw that last night. She's moving to New York, where the man at. Now, he going to have to get a restraining order. He going to have to get a whole restraining order on her. She's about to clown out. Y'all know that's what she do. She's a man killer. She tell all your business and take you down. She going to try to take this young boy down. Like I said, he's on the Forbes list. Out of the Forbes, Richard, he's something. He on the Forbes list, right? He's a young black man with a young black chef. Yeah, she thought that. See, listen, the people done ran through you. All Hollywood, all the rappers, all the actors, they done all run through you. You can't get nobody that's gonna boo up with you and show you out publicly, right? And she always get with these guys, and then she says she been with them 5 years, 6 years, but then nobody never see you out with them. She said she been with this boy. Now this boy 30. She said she been with him 5 or 6 years. So you just went on up in the cradle. You just snatched him from off his mama titty, huh? And now he don't want to talk to you. You want to harass him. And she all on social media. She going live. She about worse than Coleslaw. You too old to be acting like that. We can take that from Coleslaw. Coleslaw about 30, 31. We going to let her do that for a little minute, right? You almost half a century. You know better. You know better. That man don't want you to move on. But I think she can't release. And she likes to take him down. She wants to take him down. Now that man got a restaurant, a high-end restaurant. He's a chef. You're going to be all up at that man's restaurant. They're going to have to put you in jail. Because he ain't going to allow you to mess up his business. He ain't going to allow you to mess up his business, right? And the folks that's backing him, I'm sure some high-powered white folks backing him somewhere. They're not going to allow you to do that either, right? Child, it's about to be a mess. So watch it on IG. I was waiting on somebody to give me the information. When I find out her Instagram, I'll tell y'all because I was on it today. Corinne, Corinne Stephens, Superhead. Now she's changed her name to Elizabeth. She's Elizabeth now. I guess she's trying to change up her image, but she's harassing this young boy that she was messing with, and now she's saying she's pregnant. That's gonna be the next thing because I've seen a couple people. I'm gonna upload my video tonight. But that's going to be the next thing because she's all on the internet going live talking about it. Yeah, she's all on the internet talking about it. This boy 30. And when you look at him, he look like he's 22 and a half, right? Like you need to be with a grown man. But don't no grown man want her because you didn't been with everybody, right? That's hard. She's going to have to go to the UK, Africa. I don't even know if Africa far enough because Africa is pretty hip these days. She got to go somewhere, Australia, Alaska. She got to go somewhere because don't nobody want you like that. They'll mess with you behind the door. They'll mess with you because they want to see what the head about, but they ain't nobody going to truly cuff you up like that. They not, sis. They not. Mm-mm. They not. And then you done got with this young boy and lost your whole mind. She all in the bed with the thermometer, talking about she's sick and she can't keep nothing down. She done lost weight because of the stress. Oh, she's clowning. She's acting. She's acting. She done lost weight. In the last 2 weeks, she lost 10 pounds because of the stress. He ain't talking to her. She's really acting like a dum-dum. But she's just being cunning and conniving, though, because she about to destroy that boy. Or try her best to. I hope she don't. But we all know that's what she do, right? That's what she does. So we'll see how that go. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. Anyway, the world just so crazy. Like I fight to keep my sanity, child. I ain't going crazy with them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going crazy with them. I'm gonna watch them go crazy, but I ain't going crazy with them, right? But anyway, I'm getting ready to TikTok. Did y'all follow me on the TikTok? Cream, did you follow me? Terry, did you follow me on TikTok? So the wedding is canceled. Whose wedding? Was she getting ready to get married to him? What wedding? What wedding, Cream? Fashion, did you follow me on TikTok? She been with everybody and told her, right, and nobody wants to wife that. Oh, I didn't know she was a girl that he don't want her. He's not even talking to her. He sent a cease and desist by his lawyers. He's not even talking to her. She wasn't getting ready to marry that boy, was she? Child. Then you know that's desperate. Like you just, mm-mm. Yeah, follow me on TikTok. I'm Jackie Mason too, y'all. I'm about to do some dances tonight. Yeah, she's a straight fool. Straight fool. Like you too old. You look stupid. And I think, okay, Al, thanks. I think that a lot of times, especially, I don't want to say what I want to say, but a lot of times, really, really pretty girls, real pretty girls, they can't understand when somebody don't want them. They don't have no understanding, especially if they light skin. Said it, sorry. They don't understand when somebody don't want them. You know, it's a shocker, it's a blow to their ego, you know, that somebody don't want them, right? Like, how you not want me? But he don't want you. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you. You know, and he is bad. See, he don't even want to talk to her. I don't know what happened, but he don't even want to talk to you. And it's probably because he can't handle her. He's 30. I ain't gonna handle her. She almost 50. He don't know. He can't handle her. Mentally, he can't handle her, right? Listen, it's a boy. I don't know if I told y'all that dude at my job. He 45, right? She thought she could. Yeah, she did, and she probably did for a while. And he had a little gray in here, so he, asked for my number. He would always say my name and hi Jackie, hey, hi. So okay, I knew he was younger than me, right? But I'm gonna see what's happening with him, right? He was so stupid on the phone, and I could have played with him, but I'm not gonna play with nobody. I ain't getting ready to play with nobody because he wouldn't know. Because for one, he would know how to handle that, right? And I was like, you ain't gonna have me trying to windmill me at work. So he did something stupid one day. I think he hung up the phone on me. I was like, okay, I'm never talking to you again. I'm cool on you, bro. He speak to me hi. Sometimes he don't know when to speak. He look at me, hey, what's up? That's all I do. Hey, they too easy. It's too easy, right? Like she had no business with that boy. I said I wasn't gonna watch the Whitney Houston movie. So I feel like, let me tell y'all something. It's two people who I feel like was my cousins. That's Whitney Houston, because I watched her from the start, from the very beginning. We about the same age. We had we was pregnant at the same time. I want to say it was with my youngest son and the girl that died, little Bobby Christina. I remember when Whitney came out and all of that, right? She's like a cousin to me. And the other one is Gerald Levert, right? I don't want to watch the Whitney. I said I wasn't going to watch the Whitney story. I know the Whitney story. I watched it in real life. You know what I'm saying? Is it good? And what is it on? Anyway, I seen it. Yeah, let her rest. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to watch the Whitney story because, they say, Bobby said the story they portrayed on, whatever they portrayed it on, wasn't accurate, right? We all loved Whitney. We all saw what Whitney turned into. I'm telling you, when the Bobby Brown, being Bobby Brown reality show came out and it showcased her and Bobby, that destroyed the image that we had of Whitney. Even though I knew, listen, let me say this, and I ain't disturbing the dead or nothing like that. But I knew that Whitney was getting high because I'm from the streets. I know what it looked like, right? I remember one time she was singing. It was a long time ago. She was on the stage singing, and she was sweating. And she had to. I said, "Oh, Whitney, get it together, right?" But oh, it's in the theaters. Okay, yeah, no, I really ain't going to see it at the show. No, no, no. Yeah, I don't want to see it because the whole Bobby Brown, Christina, Whitney saga is sad because that little girl ended up dying just like her mama. And when I watched, let me tell you this: when I watched the show that the sister had and the daughter was on it, see, Bobby Christina was not a nice girl, and she treated the grandmother, which was Whitney's mama, Sissy. She didn't treat her right at all. Very disrespectful, right? So that whole thing is sad, and I think what happened is Whitney spoiled her, let her do whatever she wanted to do, because you brought the boy in. The boy was supposed to be your guy, son. They end up being together. That's like your brother. That was the weirdest. All of that was weird. All of that was weird. All of that was weird. And God had to take all that away. It was just too weird. It's just too weird, right? And you left Bobby here to see it and figure out and get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? That was all weird because I think Bobby's dad is gone, his brother is gone, Whitney's gone, his daughter's gone. You know what I'm saying? And I think his son. Then they had a son that died too. So it's like you had to pay for all that foolishness that you do, right? And I don't want to see Whitney. I just want to remember Whitney when on her first album cover when she had short hair. Her hair was short as mine, and she was on the album looking like an angel. That's how I want to remember Whitney. That's how I want to remember Whitney. Yeah, that's what I thought his son died. Like God removed everybody. Oh, Lord. My thing died. My phone died. Y'all, can y'all see me? No, they can't. I got to go. My phone about to die, y'all. I thought it was plugged up good enough, and it was on full charge. Listen, my iPhone, I don't like iPhone for real, y'all. I don't. I already knew the Whitney story. Hollywood can't do it. That's what I say, R. Matter of fact, there would be fallacies in Hollywood. But yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say. Okay, so listen, y'all. I got to go because my phone gonna die. It was fully charged and ready to go. But you know what? I put these apps on my phone that I edit with and stuff, and that just sucks it up. I don't care for iPhones. I'm telling you. All I need is my iPod. My friend bought me a camera. I just need the pod. I had to get it if I could ever get a chance to get it. Stuff stopped happening, so I can use my camera. But anyway, see y'all. Love y'all. I'll let y'all know. I'm going to remember the next time to put it in my thing the next time I go live. Thanks for supporting y'all. Bye-bye.